Hello everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome back to another video, and I've recently been buying up some like cheaper figures, I guess, for my figure shelf behind me in the office, and I put a starting bid on this figure here, and yeah, I won it, which is why I thought it might be interesting to do a video on. It is already opened. That's the situation I bought it in. It wasn't pristine or anything like that. Still had the card and the plastic and everything, which is, you know, pretty good. I tried to buy figures if I am going to buy them, normally if they're like broken or used or whatever, just because I have no interest in really having them in pristine condition with the card and the plastics and all the rest of it. I do like them to have their accessories and stuff though. So yeah, that's probably one of my key requirements. And there's some pretty good stuff on here, which I thought that I would share and would go through a little bit. So I guess I will probably just start with the figure, because the figure's all right, but it's more the card, I guess, that I'm like quite intrigued about. So this is figure number 2, and it's got some sort of weird pin number with it as well. So this is obviously Seifer, or I think it's called Seifer, Seifer, although Seifer makes him sound like a Pokemon, doesn't it? From Final Fantasy VIII. So we've got the gun blade here, which is a gun and a blade. It's quite actually fairly basic in terms of the molding and stuff. They haven't like cut out any space for the trigger, for example, for the gun blade. You know, I'm not going to bother trying to get that to focus right now. And I'm not sure if, like, because I know Squalls has got a symbol on the blade on there, so I don't know if Seifer's meant to as well, or Seifer, I don't know. I'm probably going to say it wrong 100 times anyway in this video, so there you go. And okay, well, there's the actual figure. So it does have a flexible cape, or flexible jacket, I guess, which is quite nice. The jacket looks pretty accurate, I would say, with the shoulder pads and the symbols on the forearms. I think this shirt bit looks about right as well. I haven't looked at any pictures, but it seems as how I remember it to be. It's got a slot down here to obviously go into a stand or something on his foot. And the face is, I guess, actually not too bad. When I first saw it, I thought, I'll try and show you the face. I can do it. At first, I wasn't too convinced by it, but the more I look at it, the more I think actually it's not too bad, considering. There we go. That's probably a good way of showing it off. But yeah, the paint on it seems to be really nice and everything. I don't know how much it has necessarily been used per se, but it's only going to sit on my shelf. So, and there he is. Yeah, pretty cool, actually, to be fair. So these are clearly made by Bandai, and it's quite funny. I always found it like quite cheesy, because I used to do like Final Fantasy AMVs and stuff when I first started doing YouTube, and there's a lot of like this whole you know, I'll be waiting for you, so if you come here you'll find me. And so like the start of the Final Fantasy VIII like starting sequence is really cool and very nostalgic for that reason, for me in particular, because I used to do that sort of thing. And yeah, interesting. So it's also the back of it that looks quite interesting. I will say now that this sort of looks a little bit tacky, really. Although it's very much of the age, I will say. And you got the screens or the characters from those cutscenes as well, which is quite nice. And it's all new, super real figure collection. I mean, I don't know how real he is, but it does look quite good, I will say. And then we can move over to the back, which I always find this sort of stuff quite interesting. I think it's like the same fascination that I had, or that I used to have, I suppose, when they had them, of instruction manuals, particularly for the Final Fantasy games. It would go through all this stuff in there usually. I'm trying to think of I think they did in the Final Fantasy VII, they did have the blood types and stuff, which, yeah, I always find quite fascinating. And I did read something about why the blood type is to do with something in Japanese culture, and it eludes me now, but I do know about it, and it does have its reasons. So it's not, although it's not like pivotal and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, there is a cultural reason as to why that's the case. So for For me, I guess I managed to get, or I got figure 2, which is fine, I guess. Not like my favourite character from there, but you know, for £7 English, I thought that's not too bad actually. So we don't. It's funny because we don't have the full names of all the characters on here, but we do have all their other information. So if you hadn't played Final Fantasy 8 and you were looking at this as a kid, you'd be like, oh yes, figure 5. He looks like a really cool guy. I'm going to call him figure 5. You know, rather than their actual names, which is just like a weird oddity. But yeah, just, I don't know. I find it quite funny. So you've obviously got Squall there, who actually his model looks particularly good, I will say, particularly with the attention to detail around the belts, and his jacket and necklace and that sort of thing. And his gunblade does actually have the symbol on, funnily enough. I don't know. I'd have to check Seifer's. I can only imagine that it doesn't, which is why it's not on there, because why would they spend so much time on some of the other finer details and not that one? So yeah, Squall's obviously 17. He's 1.77 meters tall, AB blood type, and his birthday is the 23rd of August. So it's funny that you got all that information, but not the names. It'd be also interesting to see if they've made Seifer taller than Squall, but I don't have any other figures. I don't know if that's necessarily a done thing or if they're just all done to the same height. But it's funny that they put that on there. I'm trying to think if there's anything really else that's of any interest. I thought Quintus was slightly older, but like 20 or so, but clearly not. So yeah, what do I know? Nothing. But yeah, there's some pretty good stuff on there. They all seem to have their weapons. We've got like the disc launcher thing and the whip and the gun, the other gun, and the gun blade. But yeah, you know, I thought that was a pretty neat thing that will be going on my shelf. I don't know what to do with this though, to be fair. I've not really got anywhere to display it, but it seems like a bit of a shame to throw it out, I guess. Doing this video is a good way for me to have the reference of it so I can, I guess, look at it whenever. But yeah, let me know what you think. I recently bought a couple of other figures as well, broken ones that just need a bit of gluing together, but you can generally get them quite cheap if you're happy to do that. And to be fair, I usually am, because they're just going to sit on my shelf anyway. So yeah, I'll end it there. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all very soon. Bye for now.